Right, bear with us because this is his first YouTube video. So we are a family of 4 that have sold everything we own, our house, cars, the lot, and we are going travelling full time in our motorhome. Since we posted on social media that we're doing this, we've had a lot of questions, so we thought we would just answer them all in one place. And if you've got any other questions, let us know in the comments and we'll try as best to answer.
So, first question we've got is, what are you most looking forward to? I think we're both saying that we're both looking forward to spending more time together as a family, because my work life is ridiculous. I did days, afters and nights, and I felt like I never saw kids. Kids didn't want me to do bedtime because they weren't used to me doing bedtime. So I'm most looking forward to spending more time with kids.
Yeah, and obviously Brooke not being at school as well, because that affected it. Like, we'd only have chance to do things on a weekend, but then Tom would be working on weekends, so we still weren't together. But yeah, kids are on the little ones, so we just want to make the most of this time while they're little. Next question we've had is, will the kids have a set routine for homeschooling while travelling? So yes and no, because obviously being homeschooled means that you've got more flexibility to be able to teach them whenever you want. So you could do learning on a weekend and then have some time off through a week. You could like teach them all the way through the school holidays, and that doesn't have to be their holidays. Our plan, hopefully, obviously we're not travelling yet, so we haven't actually got into a set routine with it, but the youngest is only 2, so he would just be doing stuff that we'd do with him anyway. As eldest, we deregistered her from school at the end of year 3, and we have been doing some homeschooling obviously since September, but the plan is hopefully to do most of the learning on a morning before we head out anywhere, because I feel like that's when she'd be most productive. But obviously homeschooling is done wherever, so you're learning on the go. So doing what we are doing, we want to be able to take her to museums that we might not have been able to, take her to see landscapes and places, and she will learn while we're out and about as well. So we don't have a set routine, but I'm sure we'll get into one.
Third question we've got is, what is your budget and how did you work out what your budget would be? You honestly won't believe how many people we've spoke to, how much research we've done into things. We've been talking about doing this for the last 3 years, 3 and a bit years.
Yeah, maybe you a bit longer.
Yeah. We've budgeted to spend £2,000 a month. Obviously, if we're on sites a bit less than what we were expecting to be, we'll save a bit of money, and that'll carry on into next month. We're new to it still, so it's just going to be, we'll have to do a couple of months to find out what we're going to be spending, how much sites are going to be costing us, as gas, electric hookup, things like that. It's still a learning curve for us, but we just know this is what we want to do.
The idea behind that budget that we kind of went with was roughly £500 for us fuel, £500 for sites if we stay on them. Obviously, we've tried to over budget rather than under budget. Say £400 for us food shopping, and then we've got a chunk left over for activities, days out, things that might come up, like we might need to repair something on the van. We've tried to over budget, hopefully. Whether we'll stick to that or not, I don't know.
Yes.
That kind of ties into another question that we got about what are we doing for jobs. Previously we both worked, we have both left our jobs. We've sold the house and we are using the equity from the house to travel with. We have saved a certain amount to be able to buy another house if we want to. Our hopes are that obviously we could make money from YouTube, you know, TikTok. There's a lot of social media that can make us money now.
We're not banking on that though. Like, if it works out, it works out.
If we
we'll
don't,
carry on doing it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, we come back, we buy another house, we save up. If travelling's what we love and it don't work out, we save up and we go again. It is what it is. We haven't got no expectations from it. We're not thinking, oh yeah, in a month we're going to be earning this amount of money from social media and we'll do this forever. If it works like that, mint, sound, we'll carry on and we'll keep travelling until we don't want to travel anymore. But there's no expectations.
We gave ourselves like a certain budget that should roughly allow us to travel for about a year to 15 months. Again, depending on whether we stick to that budget. You know, you never know if anything's going to go wrong, if there'll be extra expenses. We could make that budget last longer, but right now it's roughly a year or just over. Ideally, we become millionaires from YouTube and travel to America and Australia and
That's wishful thinking, though.
yeah.
What
So
are we doing for
this-
jobs?
That's what I've just kind of touched on. So yeah, going back to that, we did previously work. We've both quit as jobs, ended on good terms. That like both companies knew what we were doing.
Both very grateful for opportunities that we had, we in as workplaces.
Yeah. But we're not working. We're literally living off the money from the house. I have previously worked remotely, so if we did love travelling and thought like we really don't want this to end, I could look for remote work, but we didn't want to be tied to anything that were going to stop us from enjoying the travelling.
Do you stay in sites 7 nights a week, and if not, what do you do? So obviously we've got a leisure battery, we've got gas cylinders, so we can be off grid.
We actually purchased the Bluetti power bank
Yeah, we've got
last week.
Bluetti power bank, so we can be off grid for, I'd say, a good 3-4 days if needs be, but I don't think we'll ever go 3-4 days without being on a site.
No, the sole purpose in getting the power station was
Air
because
fryer.
we wanted to
cook
be
food.
able to be off site but still be able to cook food for kids, because obviously we could manage on the hobs but we haven't actually got an oven in here. So we're able to charge all his devices off that. We're able to use the air fryer. We can use a little electric heater or whatever that charges up while we're driving. So it allows us to have that flexibility. If we can't get on a campsite, we know that we're still okay to be just parked up at the side of the road somewhere. But yeah, I think just for the sake of us having kids, we will find sites a few times a week. Probably if it were just us two, it won't bother us as much.
No.
We would manage to be off grid more.
And then last question that we're going to do today, did you sell absolutely everything or did you put some items into storage? So things like as keepsake boxes that for kids and stuff like that, they've all gone to Fliss's mum's. House, furniture, cars, that's all gone.
We are keeping my car.
Yeah, keeping yours because yours is paid off, so like it'll be nice when we can't be in Europe, we have got something to run about in, because we don't want to be taking a motorhome to like Asda car parks. I've done it and it's not fun. So but no, everything else, sofas, wardrobes, people who bought us house bought everything.
Yeah, we didn't have to move any of the big furniture out, so that was handy.
Yeah, that saved a lot of messing about. But no, everything that we've looked through and we didn't think we'd need, it's all gone. We've done, I don't know how many tip runs, charity shop runs,
Yeah.
gifted things to people.
We did
We've
look at a
done-
storage unit, didn't we? But the price of storage units is just ridiculous. So for the amount of stuff we were going to keep, it would have been like the size of a garden shed, and it was going to cost us over £100 a month just to keep it. So we just whittled it down to what we could. We have got a fair few boxes at my mum's, like, bless her, but
My best friend, he's saved a load of things for us. We'll probably drop some stuff off when we get to Spain. My mum and dad live in Spain now, so we'll probably leave some stuff there. Just leave it there. Use it when we go there, but
yeah. Another question that I haven't actually wrote down, but we did have a few times before on some of those other videos, is about the 90-day rule. So obviously you can only be over in Europe, like Spain, France, them type of countries, for 90 days at a time.
which is rubbish.
Yeah. If we had the opportunity, we'd be over there. We'd just be exploring Europe for a full year probably. We would come back at times to see family and that, but we will be doing 90 days in, 90 days out. On the 90 days out, currently we are just planning to be in the UK. We want to do what's it
Scotland.
called, NC 500. We'll love Cornwall, so possibly in the summer months we'll go back down Cornwall because we've been there a few times, haven't we? And we just fell in love with it.
Yeah, Cornwall is beautiful.
But yeah, there's lots of the UK that we haven't seen as well, and obviously travelling's not just for over in Europe. We do want to, you know, explore some at UK. We're kind of being forced to because we can't be over there, but
Let's go, baby!
wait. But yeah, the plans so far. So this is obviously his first YouTube video, hopefully, if we can edit it right. We will be, fingers crossed, setting off next week to head to France and then down to Spain because, like Tom said, his mum and dad live in Spain and the kids haven't seen him for how long now?
Be going on a couple of months. Obviously the FaceTime and things like that, but it's
Yeah.
not the same, is it?
So we're going to go see them, and then his plan is to head round the coast of Spain, hopefully down into Portugal, explore some of that, and then we're going to go back up towards Tom's parents for Christmas, and then we'll be back over here like early next year. But other than that, we don't really have a set plan. We're just going to
Wing it.
yeah, hope for the best. So yeah, if
Max
you
and
haven't
Paddy.
if you have any other questions, let us know and we're more than happy to answer, because I know when we were looking into this, I feel like I'm quite a nosy person and I want to know, like, what are you planning on doing for this? How are you going to do that? And nothing comes across nosy. Obviously, we'll share what's safe to share. But yeah, we're more than happy to answer anything.
Catch you on the road.